Here we go, guys. Kentucky Dragway, test and tune. Brought the Camaro out. See if we can get it to run a little bit better. Last test and tune, the shifter linkage came out of adjustment, and then Christopher's, the belt was flinging. It was throwing a map hose failure code. If y'all watched the last video, we fixed that on both of them. And look, been painting on it. I kind of liked it multicolor, to be honest with you, but the hood would get dirty and you could not clean it. And I'm making a video on that. Just a small video how I'm doing it. But yeah, we're going to start off where we left off. Last time we was at 50% on the E-Boost Street 40 or whatever it's called. E-Street 40, something like that. But we're going to start at 50% again. We had turned the launch RPM down to 3,200. We're going to turn that back up to 3,400. And there's this thing that's called well, it's for gate pressure to help spool. We had it on 25. We're going to put it on 40 this time. It actually makes more boost when you turn that up. But yeah, that's where we're going to start. 50%, 3,400% launch, 3,400 RPM launch, and 40 on the and I'll show you that on the gate pressure on the spool. There we go. E-Boost Street 40. There we go. So yeah, you hold this button down. 1, 2, 3 seconds. Boost group 1. We're on boost group 1. We click on that. 50%. And then gate pressure. There it is. 40%. And they say to keep this on 20 unless you're getting boost spikes. So yeah, that's where we'll keep it. We'll flip. Go back to the main screen. Make sure we're on SPI 1. SPI 1, there we go. All right, where are we at on our launch RPM? The left one's 1,000, the right one's 100, so yeah, 3,400, there we go. Not sure if I mentioned this or not, but we're gonna do 1/8 mile. If it runs our fastest pass, which I think is a 627, it runs our fast, which it should run faster, but if we get it to run faster than that, we'll do a 1/4 mile. Test and tune racing this Hellcat. He must have some kind of channel or something, because he was taking videos and got a camera back there. But yeah, we're at 50%, 3,400 RPM launch, and 40 on the gate pressure to help it build boost. Yeah, see what it does. I also want to compare the boost reading on that to the boost reading on that. Hopefully I remember to hit the button on that, and hopefully I don't, if you turn the key off before you look at that, it resets it. So hopefully I don't forget and turn the key off. True me fashion, I remembered this one. I forgot to hit the button. I remembered this one. I thought I could shut the engine off and still leave it on. Nope, I've turned it too far and shut it off. But look, new personal best, a 610. It felt good. I was going to run it through the 1/4, but after the 1/8 mile, it just shut off. I mean, it literally just shut off. And the boost safety in that is 40 PSI. There's no way it hit 40 PSI, I wouldn't think. But the 60 foot was slower than it usually is, but it went a 610 at 112, and it just shut off, so I let off of it. I mean, it came right back. I don't know what happened, but the Hellcat, we got him by a couple of tenths, but he blew by me at the 1/4, because like I said, it just shut off. But they said I was leaking oil, so let's try to figure that out. And then I hit something on the return road and it blew my pop off. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe it blew it off. Well, shoot. Maybe that's what happened. When I got on the return road, I heard something go bump, bump. When we put that new turbo on there, it lowered that really bad. It lowered it. Yeah. Well, we're going to have to redo that. Plus, they said I'm leaking oil. But the new personal best, man, it felt It felt good. 50%, 610, 3,400 RPM launch. If the 60s where it would have been normally, we'd have ran a 6.0, which is kind of what I'm wanting to do. I'd like to get in the 5s just to say I've run in the 5s. I haven't ran in the 5s yet. I felt that hit on the return road. They kept telling me to quit driving through the grass and stuff, that was rubbing. I was like, oh, it's got a lot of give, it won't fall off. I guess now they can make fun of me. That might be why it shut off. Or maybe it didn't shut off, it just lost all the boost and it ran down the return road fine. Whoops. I just realized this. I coasted, you know, 112 to 101 because it was like it shut off when that boost pipe fell off. But I coasted to a 1019. That's crazy. That would have been a 9.6, 9.5, 9.6. In Christopher's car, I ran a 608 and it ran a 950. I don't think mine had mile per hour like his because on that pass I'm mile per hour. 140 out the back door. So I think it would have been a 9.6 at like 138, if I had to guess. My car seems a 60 foot better than Chris's, but it didn't 60 foot good that time. Wallace Racing Conversion said it should have ran a 968 at 140. Look at that reaction time. Bam. He passed me at the stripe. No, he didn't pass me. He passed me right at the stripe. I barely beat him, and the only reason is he had a .426 reaction time. So let's do the math here real quick. So 0.4, I was 0.4 slower in the quarter. I beat him in the 8th for sure, but 0.4 slower. So, man, I'm gonna have to math that out. We would have crossed the line at the exact same time. Your time don't start until you take off. I was 0.4 faster on the tree, and he was 0.4 faster. I must have beat him by just a blink of an eye because it said I won. That's crazy. Yeah, I crossed the line 10 thousandths. I don't know exactly because the ticket don't say 10 thousandths of a second before him. Because you do the math on this. We crossed the line at the exact same time, but I got the winning ticket. I'm gonna have to tighten up the converter because I'm shifting gears and that shift light, it ain't going out. It's staying on. Maybe I can up it to 6,500. Maybe that'll be better anyway. And the driver's side tire's rubbing the fender, the inner fender or something, so I'm gonna have to adjust the panhard bar. Run to the house, see if we can't fix this real fast. Get y'all some more passes on this here video. Well, that's going to be an easy fix. It just yeah, this part was dragging on the ground, but it broke it here and just pulled it off over here. So what we'll do is we'll take a file and clean this out so none of this stuff goes through the intake. There's a big overhang there. But should be able to just change this boot and throw it right back in and change that line. Scuffed her up right there really good, but I don't think that's going to bother nothing. It ain't got a hole in it that I can see. It's back on. So this coupler that comes out of the turbo, it just ripped it right in two. Not sure why. Maybe it's where sometimes this hits on bumps and stuff. But I did get it farther up in there this time, so it doesn't hang as low now. But I blowed this pipe off for our boost controller. That was an easy fix, actually. Oh, bird got me. Alright. So it ripped that line. We're going to take the filter off too. Can't rip this line cleaning too as well. But yeah, place that line, we'll be good to go. This boot right here also looking like it was about to blow, so I replaced that. But that's all my boots, so I have to order some more. I got more aluminum in that box over there, but I'm out of boots, and I got one more clamp left, and that's it. I accidentally ran over my phone. It still works though. But we're all fixed, about to head back to the drag strip. And yeah, took the filter off. It looks like it was trying to collapse on itself. Back to the track we go. Yeehaw! We're about out of gas. Luckily they sell E85 at the track. We're back. We're gonna go get some aftermarket E85 up there, but we're gonna go straight to 75%. Boost group 1, SPI 1, 75. 40 on the gate pressure, sensitivity 20, and ta-da. Also got some new gas, so we need to let it run a little bit and see if that changes, because if it does, we have to change the stowage in the tune. That's how I do it. But we were at 70%. We'll drive it around a little bit, see if it goes up any. That ain't no good. My percentage went down. We're gonna call it 67.5. All right, here we go. Pass number 2, 75%. 3,400 RPM launch, 40 gate pressure. And forget this time. As soon as I hit second gear, the boost pop blowed off. But that's at 29.9 pounds of boost, 7,000 RPM max, and that's at 28.5 pounds of boost. And so yeah, it's making like 30 pounds of boost, and it keeps blowing that freaking pop off. It got under the car last time, but this time I heard it pop off, and I just drove really easy. But yeah, it didn't leak no oil that time. I'll be honest with you, the rear main still does leak, but it doesn't leak that bad. There was like 10 drops up there. I don't think that was my oil, I'll be honest with you, because I went home and put it on them boards and revved it up, put it on the brake, nothing came out. I don't know, but that doesn't really matter right now because we can't keep the freaking boost pipe on. See right there, blowed her right out the bottom. Again, we can probably get in there and tighten her up. I think I made it to the 60 foot. I 1-2 shifted. I can look at the timer on the tune and see, but yeah, it's still 60 1.4, and with the GT45, this thing would 60 low 130s all day long. So maybe I just need to turn the launch RPM up. Look at that. I think the V-band I got's the wrong size. Look, it's tightened all the way up against each other, and it's not that tight. Oops. So we'll see what it does. See, this other one is tightened all the way up. There's a gap. Yeah, or V-band T-clamp, that's what they call them. I don't know if that's tight enough or not, but we'll see. My little fitting down here, look, it's blowing out the Teflon tape. Wow, that's crazy. Try it again. If it pops off, it pops off. We'll try to find we ain't got time now to go back and try to find another smaller T-clamp, which I don't even think I got one anyway, but that one's definitely too big. That's why it's popping.
Hope it don't blow the boost tube off again. If it don't, this thing's gonna fly.
personal best, 609, but look at the mile per hour, 106. That would have been a 5-second pass. The boost pipe blowed off again. Look at 60 foot and 140. It used to 60, 130. It did blow it off. It blew it off on the other side. Look at the other side. Yeah. And we're going to have to turn up the launch RPM to get that 130, 60 foot back. And then we're going to have to bead roll at least on the turbo side of the intercooler. Try to get that boost pipe to stay on. That said it shifted at 60. The max RPM was 6,900, and it said it made 32.8 pounds of boost. I thought that was wrong, but HB Tuners says it's only like a pound lower, like 31. So I mean, it's I don't know how it's making that much boost. I know when you run less timing, it makes more boost, but less timing, more boost, I think, is less horsepower than more timing and less boost. But whatever. But yeah, let's compare slips. Here's a comparison. 610 at 112, 143.95, 143.92. So it's 0.03 faster. Maybe it wouldn't have been. I don't know. We're down. That pass was 112. The boost pipe fell off, and when it does that, I mean, it like kills the car, and it like throws me forward, and it lost 6 miles an hour. Well, probably more, because it probably would have trapped 113, 114 there. Would it have been a 5? It would have been close, I think. I think it would have done it on that one. But we're gonna have to bead roll those and get better fitting T-clamps, and we'll try again next week. Not a bad day at Kentucky Dragway, but could have been a lot better if I didn't have to fight with this pop coming off. Maybe we'll have to get the V-bands, well, the aluminum V-bands, and put some V-bands on there. I got a sunburn. But yeah, it could have been better, but 2 personal best out of 3 passes, even with the boost popping off. It's making insane boost. It should, 30 pounds of boost. It should go a lot faster than that, to be honest with you. That's what it says it's making, and HB Tuners is saying that too. I don't know. It doesn't. It seems like if it was making 30 pounds of boost, it would be making like 900 horsepower or something like that. But I don't know. We'll get this boost pipe issue fixed, and we'll try her again. Anyway, the boost pipe popped off over here this time. It was popping off right at the turbo. We'll get her fixed. We'll figure it out.